All right, guys, welcome. Coffee with a Killer. My name is Jordan Payne, and glad to have you. If this is your first time tuning into the show, what I do is I go through some of the stuff that I've learned over a very long journey as being an entrepreneur, being self employed, pursuing financial freedom. If you guys are watching live, say hey in the chat for me. Let me pull this up here. Who's on? Who's hanging out with me this morning? Looks like D is on. Good to see you, D. So I titled this one "Why is it so hard?" And I want to take a look at just the pursuit. We're all trying to pursue financial freedom, and if you're anything like me, you have found that it is doggone hard. I don't know anybody, and I study a lot of entrepreneurs, and I study a lot of billionaires. I read a lot of books or audio books, I should say, and I watch a lot of interviews, and I don't know anybody that has had a easy time getting financially free. You know, you hear about these guys that have incredible stories, and none of them are easy. So I want to talk, and this will probably be pretty brief. I've got a lot of stuff I've got to do today. So this will be pretty brief, but I want to go through why. I want to give you maybe a different perspective. Before I do that, we look at this journey as hard, whether it be real estate or day trading or drop shipping or starting a car dealership, whatever it is. And it is incredibly hard. And we normally chalk it up to, well, I'm just not supposed to do this. This is the wrong thing for me. Maybe I wasn't cut out for this. Maybe this doesn't work. Whatever it might be, we normally come up with a slew of things in our head of why maybe this isn't the right fit. I chalk it up to it's just hard. It's not that I'm not cut out for it. It's not that this is the wrong thing. It's not that, etc., etc., etc. No, it's just hard. And I've done a lot of stuff, guys. I have done everything from corporate America. I climbed that ladder extremely fast. I have done real estate. I have done some drop shipping stuff. I've had a clothing brand. I have done stuff in DeFi. I have done stuff in Forex. I've done stuff in futures. I've built algorithms. And it's just hard. It's just hard. I've done a lot of stuff, and none of them were easier than the next thing. And if I was to stop right now and go do something completely different, guess what it would be? Hard. So here's why, in case you guys are curious. I've wrote a couple things down. Here's why. First and foremost, let's start all the way at the beginning. When I say the beginning, I really mean the beginning. First and foremost, because of sin. Sin, S-I-N, sin. So why isn't everything easy and perfect and harmonious? Well, Adam and Eve didn't quite get it right, and there was sin. And if you guys read about, read in the Bible, now the Bible talks about, well, because of this sin, you're going to have to work the ground, and there's going to be, painful childbirth, and there's a list of things. So all the way in the beginning, that's part of the reason. Fast forward a little bit further. Everything you were taught, guys, everything you were taught from a very, very young age was not designed to make our specific pursuit any easier. I've talked about Rockefeller a dozen times on this show. Why? Well, because he created the education that we have. He was very influential in that. He created the General Education Board. We're talking like early 1900s. So that education board and that way of thinking that you all know, that's what I grew up with, your parents, your grandparents, etc. That was not designed to give you any sort of an easy path. It was designed to be very difficult for you to get financially free. So, how you were raised, how you were groomed, what you grew up believing, what you learned from your mom and your dad and your grandparents, that whole thing, your entire way of life was designed to make it comfortable being financially insecure, being a financial slave. For Rockefeller, it was working in the factory. He made that path easier and normalized that path, and the path of financial freedom, polar opposite, very difficult. Okay. So he made it very comfortable. And if you look at the world, everything in this world is meant to make you comfortable and distracted. Anybody ever feel that? It's a big gig. Society is built around comfort. Okay. Think of how easy it is. Just yesterday. I mean, we were getting some stuff ready in our office. We're starting to pack because we have to move into a new office. The other day, I ordered a ton of boxes, tape, an energy drink, and like a granola bar, and it showed up at our office within 30 minutes. I don't have to go to the grocery store ever again. I don't have to go and get my oil changed. I don't have to go get a newspaper. I don't have to think for myself. The society has made everything easier to be comfortable, and not comfortable in financial freedom, comfortable in this box that you have. Okay. That's really big. 3 easy payments, and it can be yours right now. Buy now, pay later. So, if I sound like a conspiracy theorist, like, fact check me. I had a call yesterday. You guys were on the call yesterday. And people amaze me. So a big theme yesterday was go get the data for yourself. Go get the data for yourself. Fact check me. So if this sounds like a conspiracy theory, do some research into Rockefeller and the General Education Board. Do some research into why they scheduled the day they scheduled the day, why they scheduled school, how they scheduled school. Do some research into it. Fact check me on that. And the last one I have written down outside of just easy is financial literacy. Very, 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 very few people on this planet have financial literacy. And this isn't intelligence. I'm not saying that they're dumb. We're talking very, very intelligent people, people with doctorates and MBAs, doctors and lawyers and rocket scientists. Some of the smartest people on the planet have intelligence, but they do not have financial literacy. You can be worse. Hear me on this. You can be worse off making $10 million a year than you are making $100,000 a year, financially speaking. You can be worse off making $10 million a year than making $100,000 a year. Isn't that wild? Doesn't that go against what we think? Man, I want to get to $10 million a year. You could be worse off, actually, than making $100,000 a year. You could be more broke, more stressed out, in more debt, cash flowing less. We had some of you guys probably know his name's Magnus. He here local started showing up at our office and trading with us. Started hanging out, like great guy. He was just talking to a guy making I think it was 10 million. Let's just stick with 10 million. It was something close to 10 million. And the guy said, I lost money last year. My business lost money last year. And this year, if we're lucky, we're going to break even. So we have intelligence, but we don't have financial literacy. We don't understand money. So again, back to my title here. Why is it so hard? Anything you pursue that is not inside of a box, why is it so hard? Why is it so difficult to get financially free? Why is it so frustrating? Feels like everything is against me. Feels like I can't just get ahead. Feels like every time I try to get ahead, I just get pulled back down. Am I preaching to the choir? Is anyone else like am I the only one that's felt like this? And guess what? I've been doing this for a long time and I still feel like that at times. I still have seasons where I feel like that. Man, you know what? D, Tom, John, Robin, Nathan. You know what? I think it would actually be a little bit less stressful for me to sell the house, move my family into a nice 3-bedroom apartment, work at Subway or Target or whatever. I think that would actually be easier. And guess what? I'm not wrong. It would be easier and it would be more convenient and it would be less stressful. It would. Could have my wife get a job as well. I could put my kids in daycare or whatever. I could put them in school. That would be easier. That would be less stressful. But easier and less stressful doesn't mean better. And easier and less stressful doesn't mean that that's what you were called for. I wasn't called for that. I wasn't called to work 9 to 5. And as effing crazy as I am, I was called to help other people find a different path. Even though they call me mean names, and even though they send me emails and call me a liar, and even though they try to sue me, and even though they fraudulently file chargebacks against me, and even though they say stupid shit in our Discord, I was still called to help them get financially free. As crazy as I am. So, financial literacy or the lack of financial literacy is why, a big part of it is why this is so hard. So, quick recap: sin, literally sin, all the way back to the garden. Sin is why this is hard. Rockefeller and how he designed the education system is why this is so hard. Society and comfort and ease, complacency is why this is so hard. And the biggest one is financial literacy. Okay? So if you're wondering, and if you're thinking that whatever it is you're pursuing isn't for you because it feels like you're hitting a brick wall, I am here to tell you, if you go try something else, it's going to feel the same. John and Nathan, I'm going to call on you guys, not because you are ambassadors, but because I know you've done other stuff. Is that true? It's the same level of hard no matter what you do. John, whether it's real estate, whether it's trading, Nathan, whether it's drop shipping, whether it's crypto, whether it's Forex, whatever. It's not easier anywhere. That's part of the lie. And I should have put this on here on my list. Part of the lie is that something else is going to be easier than whatever you're doing. I had people in real estate that were like, well, I'm going to try wholesaling. Man, this is really hard. I'm going to jump over to buy and hold. Man, this is equally as hard. I'm going to try to flip houses. My God, that's really hard too. Okay, I'm going to go to day trading because Jordan's doing day trading now. So I'm going to become a trader. Oh my gosh, that's hard too. I got it. Aha, light bulb. Aha, I'll do Amazon FBA. I saw somebody online. I saw somebody on TikTok showing me how much money they were making doing Amazon FBA, and they said it wasn't hard. If anybody ever tells you it's not hard, They're full of it. It's got equal hard because the goal that you're trying to do is get financially free. It's not the mechanism. It's that you're pursuing financial freedom. That's what's hard. So I don't care if you start a landscaping company. I don't care if you start a skincare product. I don't care if you design a widget. I don't care if you design caffeine pouches and you're going to sell those. If your goal is financial freedom, that is what's equally hard. Every single one of these things is equally hard because of sin, Rockefeller Society, financial literacy. I agree. Grass is not greener. Nothing is easy. Nothing is get rich quick. That that isn't a scam. Yeah, you absolutely do. So yeah, so there is I don't mean this to be like a downer. Like I know I just spent 17 minutes talking about how hard it is. I don't mean for this to be a downer. And thank you, John and Tom. You actually just sparked what I was meaning to say that I didn't say. It does get a little bit better. Not necessarily easier. I don't think it ever gets easier, but it does get better. As an example, compared to probably now 14 years ago, I have learned a lot and I have acquired a lot of skills and I have acquired a lot of knowledge and some wisdom that has put in these building blocks that I can now build on and build on and build on and build on. And again, it's not that it gets easier, but you start to be able to pursue things faster towards your goal. So it's not all bad. And again, it's very, 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 very much worth it. Cool. That's all I got. I think I'm losing my voice. I was up all night working on some stuff for the community. Got some fun stuff to show you guys here soon, but I think I'm losing my voice. I think I need to go take a nap. So I'm done for the morning. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing up. We'll catch you guys tomorrow evening. See ya.